Today I'm going to be reviewing the Gundam guard frame. So with this being my first ever model kit build, I would say it was pretty good. So this is my first ever model kit build, so do expect this review to be a little bit strange as I have nothing to compare it to that I have ever done before. So I may say that this figure is excellent, and then I might get another model kit and find out that this figure is absolute crap. However, for now, this figure is really good. First thing I absolutely must say is that the posability on this figure is excellent. Just about any pose you can think of, this thing can pull off. This figure has approximately 38 points of articulation, 42 if you count the two side skirts and the two toes. The figure on its own is excellent, but if you take into account the accessories it comes with, this just about levels up this figure 10 points. So for the first accessory, it comes with an alternate head with a non-spherical dome piece, or glass piece for the head. Now technically this is two heads, but if you should take into account the two different black pieces for the visors, you have 4 different head possibilities. Now it's quite easy to take the head off of this figure. You just pop it off of the ball joint, which is quite simple. And you just take the head and pop it on. I find this as a very easy system to swap the heads. It's nothing complex. You just pop the head off and on. I will not be showing off the other 2 visor pieces. However, I will be showing off the 2 guns, as well as the barrel extensions they come with. So, these guns, they have very nice sculpted detail, which all guns, I guess, should have. They shouldn't just be little bricks like a 3-year-old would draw on a paper. You can see it has a very nice circular detail on the center, and it has 2 barrels on this gun. You could see the trigger, and I like the little piece on the top here. So, to put a gun into the hand of this is a system that is somewhat complex in the fact that you don't just take the gun and slide it into his hand. You have to take the back of the hand off so that you get this. And you have to slide the gun into the back of the hand and put the back on. And then you can give him his gun, which does look very nice on this figure and definitely complements his sort of cop-like look. Now he does come with 2 of these guns, so he can dual wield them, which looks very nice. Now, time to talk about these barrel extensions. So, to extend the barrels of the guns, you have to take these barrel extenders and just plug them on to the gun. It is a nice and easy process. The only complaint I have with this is the fact that there's 2 barrels on the main gun and 1 on the barrel extender. So how exactly does that work? Now that we have covered the accessories, let's go over the posability of this guy. You start off with a ball joint at the head, and the neck piece can move up and down. He has a butterfly joint at both sides. If you see in there, there's a little gray joint that moves up, that'll move out. And there is a ball joint, outwards, rotation, bend, and then another bend, ball joint at the wrist, and then there is a little hinge joint at the wrist. He has a ball joint at this midsection and a ball joint at this bottom section. He does have these side skirt pieces that can slightly move up and down. However, they will still, in my case, hinder the articulation. So this movement out doesn't really do much. Anyways, there is a rotation, an outwards bend, rotation. There is a bend and another bend. There is a hinge joint, a ball joint, and a side to side. And this toe piece can move up and down. So, this figure isn't perfect, and I'm going to get into the reasons why it isn't right now. So, first things first. This may vary from figure to figure, but I have noticed that if I pop this off, behind this piece, after a while of posing the figure using these butterfly joints, this piece will lift out of this hole right here, and it'll become extremely loose, moving more up and down than it should. Multiple times during this review, I've had to fix that. Now, again, things may vary from figure to figure. Oh my. Now, another complaint I have, these ball joints at the wrist. Very nice. It allows for a lot of posability. Same with the hinge joint, but I have noticed that it's hard to pull it out, but when you put it in, if you're doing something totally different on the figure, it'll pop out very easily, and these side skirts barely hangs on. And these hinging pieces, oftentimes I find them when I set the figure down ending up just like that. I feel like this hinging should be more solid. But then again, though, that could be something of the construction of the figure, as this is a model kit. So, another thing is these stickers. And you see those tiny cubes with shiny outlines? That's all the stickers. And some of them you put on the figure, and I'd think they'd be impossible to see. Now, again, as I have only built one model kit before, there are extra pieces on the thing, on the runner, that the instructions and the other little sheet say nothing about. So I would like it if I at least knew what this was meant for. But anyways, overall, this is an excellent figure, and if you can find one, I would recommend getting it. Part of the enjoyment out of these types of figures is definitely the build. So this is Omega Productions, signing off.